wonder what that conversation
It was when they
like.
was talking about he was talking to Dr. Phil and he farted and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was talking to Dr. Phil and farted hella loud, and they were like, it was like the way that they described it. It was like they used the word grotesque.
Yeah,
and that's why we were like, "What? There's no way that this happened." And we started like seeing if we could like pull the video because Donald Trump and Dr. Phil, there has to be a camera.
Right. Somebody.
So we were, so we were like, we're gonna pull the video, and we found this article that went like crazy detail that this dude just shits himself on the regular.
We don't need a man like that in office.
Yeah, we spent way too much time researching this thing. Though. Like, we rabbit hole down the dookie stands, bro.
Shout out to my man P7. That was some shit. Damn. Pun unintentionally intended, I guess. Yeah, that's just crazy. Oh yeah, so I just want to say that this is kind of cool. I like the way this shit look. This is, I think this is going to be a good move. Absolutely. So let me stop jabbering. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the party. Y'all already know what it is. Pantha Politix Podcast. I am Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane with ridiculous slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka the guy who's going to find a new intro before September gets here. And of course, I got a crew with me. We got Mojo Barnes in the building, and I think Mojo Barnes is living up to his botanist tag. What inspired the change from outer space, bro?
Because it wasn't built in.
Okay.
So the only built-in like backgrounds that they have is this brick wall or a house that I don't live in. So I was like, why not weed? And so I had this background already saved on the computer. So I just, why not? You know, I can finally use it.
It's either a brick wall or a house that I don't live in. I love it.
I'm like, I don't need to be reminded of like the shit situation I'm in. There's a fucking grand piano in the background, like a legit.
They stunting
in the background. Yeah, steps leading up to it, and I'm like, I don't live lavish that way.
Nah. I wouldn't know what to do with that shit if you gave it to me.
Play fucking.
Oh man, that's crazy. Man, Mojo, you know it's funny. Every time I see you and I say your name and I see your face on the screen, I be like, yo, he reminds me of this guy that used to rap. What was his name again?
Schoolboy Q.
They used to call him Mojo Barnes.
They used to call him Mojo Barnes. Oh shoot! Hey, salute to little bro Double XL. He got a show tonight at Substation. Of course, y'all ain't gonna hear this till tomorrow, so whatever. But I hope y'all was there. Hope you enjoyed it. And ta-da! There it is. But yeah, of course, we got Monster Elicit in the building. What's good, bro?
What's up, man? So I had a similar experience with my background, but I don't smoke. So I got Mojo right over here though. Like he the crow.
Yeah.
So this is the cover
like right next to your head.
Yeah, this is the cover to Dust.
Nice. That's right.
So that's the single cover. Seven done froze up bad. He froze up like he was taking a shit.
Doing a Trump.
Yeah. Oh, Trump.
The man's a psycho. There's like ever a person that could be personified as a word.
Mm-hmm.
That would be him. He's really fucking frozen. Bad.
Oh, he back now.
Damn.
At least he's back for me now. Yeah.
No, he's here.
Oh man, yeah, that's weird. Okay. And the worst fucked up part of it at all is that we just paid the Wi-Fi bill yesterday.
Wouldn't it be hilarious though if that wasn't him frozen and it was like he was having a stroke or something? Right?
I ain't Mitch McConnell, motherfucker. What you trying to say?
Damn.
I'm like that. The type of shit you were doing could happen to anybody.
he just frozen, and then all of a sudden, like Red walks across the screen or something, and we're like, "Yo, you might want to check on bro."
Just glitching out and shit. Yeah. Especially if they get frozen in some wild ass face, like
yeah,
like I wouldn't just freeze like You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That would be bad, man. I don't know if ethemadassassin is going to be here or not. I was really hoping he was, because one of the funniest things we got to talk about, it was his idea. And I'm gonna feel some type of way about talking about it without him, but fuck that, we're gonna talk about it. So we're gonna keep it moving. Now, hopefully he'll be here in a minute. I want to start off on a somber note, but I want to get it out the way quickly.
Hey, I gotta take my headphones off real quick. I just realized that I got this Fabio shit going on. I gotta put my hair up. I'm gonna take my headphones off real quick. I was like, God damn.
He said he got the Fabio going on. Yeah, I know, right? I'm
Nice.
like, yeah, you talking about hairy people's problems with two bald niggas. I don't get it, bro. I don't even remember what it's like to have hair. Like, this is,
I keep pictures around so that way I don't forget where I came from.
I'm trying to find somebody that has a picture of me from 10th grade when I had an afro. I really want to see that picture, like, cause it's one of my pictures and one of my favorite pictures. I was standing there and I had on this jacket. Like, when I see the jacket, I know that it was taken in the 90s. I'm like, there's no other time that jacket could have been on. Like, like, I see that shit and I got the fro and I got the afro. I got the pick stuck in that motherfucker. And I'm like, yo, people see me bald since I was 17. Like, nobody, like anybody that didn't know me before 17 has never seen me with hair. So
that's
like
a long time.
Yeah, no doubt. So I was like, I gotta find some of the pictures so people can see them. But yeah, I ain't tripping off it. But anyway, yeah, like I said, starting on a somber note, rest in peace to Kyrie Jackson. He was drafted this year in the 4th round by the Minnesota Vikings. He was looking to potentially be a starter at cornerback this season. Kyrie was 24 years old. He died on Saturday. What was it, 6th? Saturday.
This past Saturday?
Yeah. 3:14 a.m. Prince George's County, Maryland. 2 of his former teammates from high school went in the car with him as well. They died as well. I want to say their names also. Isaiah Hazel and Anthony Litton Jr. Rest in peace to all of you gentlemen. Now the fucked up part about this whole thing is this young man just got to the point where all of this thing that he's been working for all this time is coming to fruition, and he gets into this accident and dies, and the person who's responsible for him dying, that person nor neither of the passengers in their car was even injured. But him and his two homeboys died. So rest in peace to them.
Fucked up, weren't they?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how you just walk away from it? Like, and the 3 other people died. That's crazy. But
no, they'll get there.
Yeah, man,
they'll get there.
They'll
be in hell. They'll be in hell. I mean, for lack of a better phrasing, the guilt and all that other shit will come later. You know, that's a lifetime of suffering.
Man.
Motherfucker about to be behind bars too.
Yeah.
And then when they realized that kid, like I'm probably betting that person, when they found out who it was that was in the car, they was probably like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
E is still on Zoom. He just sent a screenshot of the Zoom.
Oh man, this nigga. Okay, hold on. Let me go back.
Mojo, you sounded like God. Like your stuff's mad echoing.
Oh, somebody's been playing with my microphone while it was not in use.
Oh, it was fire. I was cool with it.
Zoom.
I was like, devil, yeah, just like that. Yeah, I was like, the devil talking.
Oh man, so I'm about to take a screenshot of where I said this is where we switch the platforms to.
Yeah, man.
And send that back to him. And send that right back to him. All right. Yeah, man.
I want to say, because they were talking about alcohol possibly being involved, and I'm just like, as impatient as people are on the road these days, the fact that you're still continuously mixing alcohol with it is asinine to me.
That's why they didn't get messed up though, because they was all sauced up.
Yeah, they were all relaxed.
Yeah, they just like, yeah, they loose as hell.
I hope they're okay.
Yo, but yeah, I just again don't mean to start on a somber note, but rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson. I hope that your family is. I'm hoping that the Vikings will honor it, because you know. I do want to say this. I think that it's something to be said when someone gets in that situation that they've been trying to get to for a really long time, but then they passed away, and they were about to be the key to changing their family's destiny. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that whatever contract he signed with the Vikings, they honor that and take care of his family. I'm pretty sure they can use that. So man, that's rough, bro. 24 years old. Man, rest in peace, Mr. Jackson. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Madman, what's good with it, brother?
Hey, what's happening? I didn't see that message earlier this week.
Oh, I could dig it. Ain't no thing. We kind of slow baked it anyway. Only thing we really got into so far was the young brother passing, Kyrie Jackson.
Yeah,
I wanted to start with that and get it out the way.
I can't expand my screen to make this shit any bigger.
Your shit was like
I'm talking about. I'm asking because I never used this shit. So this shit is mad small. It's like it's within the window. I'm trying to make a full screen.
I think if you scroll over the actual window, at least on the computer, it's giving me the ability to to
down in the bottom right hand corner.
Yeah,
I think he's using his
down
phone.
in the bottom right hand corner.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, bro.
Oh, hold on, let me see something.
If you tap, you've been tapping the main screen trying to find that that full screen icon.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck it.
What I was thinking, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm glad you're here, brother. I'm very glad you're here. Because I just got done saying that whatever happens, you brought this to the table, and I'm not going to talk about it. I feel some type of way about talking about it without you. Oh, man. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Y'all know this is called Pantha Politix for a reason. Not a lot of times it's street politics, other kind of politics, but right now it's a very, very important time in America. A lot of wild shit going on in the present. Like we talked about the debate and how off kilter that was. But if you want to really put it in perspective, just how bad this is getting, there is documentation rolling around. I like to call it a manifesto. That's what it sounds like to me. So, and I don't even know how to put this into words, really. I don't even know how to put this into words, really. Jesus. Okay, so let's make it simple. Right now, Joe Biden and the Democrats are fighting against what is it called? Project 2025. It was brought to the table by Heritage Foundation, and it is one of several think tank proposals from Trump's platform. It's like 900 and some odd pages. It's a lot. I read as much of it as I could. Just gonna be honest with you, when it gets to certain things, and when it gets to certain wording, and when I start reading shit going down a certain hole, I'm like, nah. I don't gotta go no further than this. I know exactly what's happening here. Gotcha. Next. And this was definitely one of those situations. But there is a article that accompanied that did give some bullet points, you know, saying if you wanted to focus in on what it's really about. Believe me when I tell you, whatever you thought, this is not your grandfather and grandmother's politics, ladies and gentlemen. This is some other shit going on right now. This is some other shit going on right now. Just from the article, let's see. From the article, it says President Biden's Democrats are mobilizing against a possible governing agenda for Donald Trump if he is elected this November. The blueprint, called Project 2025 and produced by the conservative Heritage Foundation, is one of several think tank proposals for Trump's platform. More than 900 pages. It calls for sacking thousands of civil servants, expanding the power of the president, dismantling the Department of Education and other federal agencies, and sweeping tax cuts. The Heritage Foundation originally proposed this in April of 2023. So the question becomes, why are we just hearing about it now? Because this has been an ongoing thing. Like this presidential debate, this presidential election, and this whole thing didn't just become a thing. You know what I'm saying? So if this was already in the water, why we not? There's a lot of moving parts to this, but I want to just from everybody's initial reading, thoughts, please, and we can go into further detail as we get into that. But yeah,
it just makes me think that we're moving more into a dictatorship than anything. If this man is elected, this is the type of direction that we're going to. That's what it gave to me.
Well, I mean,
and I dislike it.
It's dictatorship, but it's along lines of white supremacy, as far as I'm concerned. That's about it. You know what I mean? Like everything in that heritage, the Prop 2025 leans towards, the dismantling of rights of minorities and government programs the minorities use to stay up. So yeah, they're basically creating a slave class.
You're muted, bro. You're muted.
It muted me on this shit. My microphone was on. Okay. Yeah, Monster, go ahead, man. He was just sitting there like, nah.
y'all are being, like I said in the chat yesterday, y'all are being very politically correct. I applaud it, but I can't get down with it. This dude's some bullshit. Like everything this dude doing, and everybody that he attracts to him, everybody that he's listening to, they angry, white, racist. There's only so far. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah. I guess just so that I don't take up too much time. There's a reason that the world needs monsters, and Donald Trump and all his little cohorts. That's why the world needs monsters.
You thoroughly confused me with that statement.
You ever like when you see like a bad guy in a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the dude that actually does all of the killing and the enforcement. That's the monster. And very rarely do they give a shit about the bad guy's politics. They just do what needs to be done. And that's what monsters are really about. Balance. And he's bringing a whole lot of unbalance to the world.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can put it in the. All right, so Congressman Jared Huffman of California said, Project 25 was more than an idea. It's a dystopian plot that's already in motion to dismantle our democratic institutions, abolish checks and balances, chip away at church-state separation, and impose a far-right agenda that infringes on basic liberties and violates public will. Sounds like dictatorship, white supremacy to me. Okay, so there are
everything in it will help create a slave situation again. The bottom line
absolutely
is basically to take the rug out from all of the lower class,
man,
and create a working class that works until they die. If they're getting rid of Social Security, they're getting rid of Medicaid, they're getting rid of all of these programs that the lower class and the minorities use to stay alive. You're gonna have to work 24/7 just to eat, and that way,
that's real shit.
Yeah, and that way the corporations get to just consistently make money off your back. It's a slave situation.
See, the whole shit for me is, if you look at it, and then, they got it laid out in segments, in sections, and it's different parts of it that speak to different things that they want to try to put into motion. One of the most interesting things to me was this whole concept of a unitary executive theory. That whole concept is but not really, because that's where the dictatorship part comes into play. Because they're talking about doing away with the Department of Justice, the Department of Education, all of this shit, and having the president be the final decision maker on all these things. Now, I want you to keep in mind that they're saying this with these two motherfuckers that's running for president about to be the ones having that power if they pull this off. Either one of them having that kind of power is a fucking train wreck waiting to happen. Either one of them. Because one is just a stone cold, fuck y'all niggas racist. And the other one is I'm going to play cool and eat fried chicken and carry hot sauce in my fucking man bag and shit. But low key, I don't fuck with y'all niggas either. So either way we lose if this comes to fruition. It doesn't matter which one of them is holding the lightsaber, we're still gonna die.
I think you put a broad paintbrush on the other side of it. And this is not in defense of Biden either, but I just gotta call the sky blue when it's blue. You know what I'm saying? With this whole prop thing, the whole point is it doesn't work the same if Biden gets into the office. Because Biden is already against many of the proposals within that proposition. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit hinders upon Trump winning.
Right.
Bottom line, you know what I mean? Like those people who are a part of the Heritage Foundation are Trump's colleagues, former workers,
right?
People he put in the office. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of the thing is, it's not just as you stated in the manifesto, it's a lobbying thing. See, like I think that's what people miss because they're not using that word. This is a lobbying committee. They got $20 million behind them that we've been told about. Who knows how much money they actually have? So the whole point is that when you get people in the office, then oh shit, the power got cut off. Damn. Oh
damn.
Nah. I just heard an explosion outside.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Transformer got hit.
But yeah, that's all that is to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we got money to put towards. You get an office, you're gonna take this money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the part that people are missing. Like people are so stuck in understandably so stuck on what the proposition says, they don't understand how it gets put into play.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. Because that goes back to what we were saying before about people not participating in the political process because they lack the awareness. They don't know what it takes to actually be engaged in it. They think that because they see this on a piece of paper and it's attached to this person is running for office, or people who support that person, that it's an automatic go if that person get elected, right, or whatever the case may be. And that's not the case. I think just to clarify, because I understand what you're saying. Like where I was coming from was the whole concept of how they're talking about quote unquote streamlining decision making. It's a disaster waiting to happen, regardless of whichever way that would. If that were to go either way, it wouldn't matter. It would still be a bad thing. That's how I see it. I think the biggest thing really is, and I say it all the time, people get so caught up in the theatrics of politics and all of the extra shit that they miss the actual point. And the actual point is, outside of these niggas you're appearing that these people don't get along with each other, and there's all this mudslinging going on back and forth, da. But while you're distracted with that shit, with the gossip rumor shit, it's shit like this that's getting drafted. And they'll say something real fast about it on the news and then keep moving to this other shit. So they don't want you to know that.
Even to your initial question when you was like, how come we just finding out about this now? Like, people don't understand there's been think tanks behind presidents since the beginning of presidencies.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about this particular proposal. Yeah, no doubt.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, again, we speaking to the ignorance of people. Like, people don't know that these type of things have been into play the entire time. Every time we have presidency, there's always some kind of think tank of people behind people trying to get things put into play. You know, and unfortunately, right now we're seeing it because it just sounds so outlandish. But like, this is not the first proposition they had. They had a proposition when Trump was in office before.
The last time, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, it's just now you're getting to see all of these things, and it sounds like, damn, this freedom's getting taken, this information's getting taken. We're just gonna tell you what to do and what to be. And now some people can see the danger in it, but a lot of people don't still. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, yeah, like still Trump. You know,
the fact that the funding for this wall bullshit is back in the mix. I'm like, look, man, this is the thing that confused me. And we talked about it before, and I gotta say this again. This is the thing that confuses me. You see that. If Trump wins, the proposal is we want to bring back the funding for the wall at the border of Mexico and da 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 da. When I see that, but then I see Jose and them around the corner with their Trump sign in the yard, and I'm like, yo, hold up, cuz, can I talk to you for a second? You do realize this looks crazy, right? Like, you do realize this looks nuts that you got this sign in your yard, and he will very quickly tell you get your ass back across the border. He don't give a fuck about none of this. Like, poor white people, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. He don't give a fuck about y'all neither. Sorry.
Right.
In case you didn't know it, he don't give a fuck about y'all neither. So, matter of fact, don't none of them give a fuck about it. Okay, I just want to make that plain. Y'all know my stance. I've said it a billion times. I'm standing on that shit. I don't give a fuck. Red, blue, elephant, donkey, whatever. Fuck all of y'all. Because don't none of y'all give a fuck about us. But this type of shit, and it shouldn't be Joe Biden's Democrats saying this is a bad idea. It should be the people saying, what the fuck is this? Huh?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah. Lobby all you want. That's not happening, cuz. No. Hell no. But
if you look at every thing in there, it all comes back to the dollar. Like, building the wall, okay, you're going to spend whatever amount of money. But they said, okay, we're going to make the standards to get into the country more extreme, but you're going to be fast-tracked if you pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to try and get the smartest and the rich from every other country and get them here to operate with us. Everybody else stay out. So they're going to bring the money here with them and the ideas that create the money. He was already talking about how they're basically just reinstituting the peasantry. That's so that they can save all their money on that. Whether it be schools, the separation of church and state, Trump still ain't going to be making no decisions, even if all this goes through. Because he's still going to have the quote-unquote advisors that actually put this thing into place, whether it be the churches, the businesses, all them motherfuckers that say, no, we want you to do this. But now they only have to influence one person rather than 50. So it's like, yo, I can give this motherfucker $10 million or I have to give 50 people $1 million. I just, save me a cool, $40 million.
40. Yeah.
So
I just
dope.
40 M.
And that's how they get to save their money and make even more money off the peasants. And then, yeah, literally everything in here is just driving more money to the rich and throwing everybody else out. That's like, you can break down every one of them.
See, I don't think they're throwing people out though. Like I think they're still introducing a way to keep a working class here. I mean, to bring more workers here. Again, like all that wall talk is bullshit. I can promise you that. You know what I'm saying? All that's doing is playing on Americans, well, certain Americans need to not have foreigners here.
I think the wall it allows a level of control of the situation. Like I said, you can pay to get up to the front of the line. Cool. Now we got they're smart and they're rich. But then you can open it up anytime you want. Yo, we need more peasants. Yo, fast track the next 300 motherfuckers. Get them up here. Get them working.
Yeah, you could do that. But I think I'm taking the history from the first time he tried to build a wall. I don't think he ever meant to build one. I think it's all bullshit.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like he could have had it built.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think the physical structure of the wall is the intent behind it.
It's not.
Like I mean, like to me, the wall is like the metaphorical wall. It's basically just saying, yo, we're going to make it more, we're going to make the standards to get in more aggressive, whether it's by a wall or whatever. Because, like I said, they need more peasants coming up. And that's exactly how they look at it. It's like, yo, bring the peasants.
Yeah. Like again, like they don't give a fuck about a wall. It's about, I'm gonna use this idea to get more people behind me. Period. To get that to me, that's just a voting strategy. It has nothing to do with actual migration and immigration, anything like that.
No,
you know?
I do think that they do care about the immigration, just in the factor, because it's been America's practice for shit damn near since America has been a thing, to take the smartest and the richest from any country and bring them here, because then we get their ideas, we can profit off of them. Because anybody that if you grab a smart motherfucker from any other country, bring them over here, you set them up with a university or a business or whatever, their intellectual property is now the ownership of that entity.
True. I'm not debating no part of, I'm not debating no part of that, but still, like, to me, like, again, like it's just like drug dependency. You need people
Absolutely.
So you need dependence for the shit to work. So it doesn't matter how smart the idea is or how great it is. If you don't have people on the ground to make that motherfucker move, it's not gonna move. So they need to not have Medicaid. They need to not have all of these programs and education to keep people at a certain level to where they always have to work. Erase Social Security, erase some retirement. Work until you die. Oh yeah, by the way, we're still gonna cut some more taxes for the 1%. It's to me, it's plain as day.
When was the last time you ever saw a peasant in a like medieval movie retire? They're like, nah, work, motherfucker.
Right.
So yeah, no.
I think about how many people that's retired that you know of right now that's retired that's working. Like, I thought it was wild. I was doing, I used to do security and shit, and it was a guy that came in. He was like, "Yeah, I came in to get some clothes for work," and I'm looking at him and I'm like, you know what I'm saying, black don't crack and shit, but I could tell, bro. You know what I'm saying, he up there. So I was like, yo, like, what you do? So he got, I ain't gonna put his business out there. He got into the specifics of what he does and shit. He was like, but yeah, I retired like 4 years ago. But gotta have a job out this motherfucker. Like, I was like, it's wild that you probably put in hella years at one place and invested in this moment. You know what I'm saying? Just to get to it and realize that they done fucked around with the numbers and juggle shit and jumble shit so many times. It ain't quite what you thought it was gonna be now. And now it's like, oh shit, I gotta go get a gig. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a part-time shit, like, now if you're doing it because you're bored, that's a different story. Cool, I get it. Some people just like to work. I ain't mad at that at all. But yeah, that's just wild, man. I don't know. I hope motherfuckers is paying attention to what's happening, yo. I really hope they like really paying attention to what's happening. Like, if watching the debate and then this story coming out and then some of the other shit that's happening around the Democrats talking about how shaky they feel about Joe Biden right now, and then other ones coming out like, oh no, we're all behind Joe. It's some wild shit happening right now. And motherfuckers acting like everything's okay. I'm like, dog, no, it's not. It's not okay. There's nothing okay about this shit. Wow. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Wow. You know what? Next holiday, they need to have a dumb prizes parade. That's what they need to have. For all the people that do dumb shit, we're going to throw a parade for y'all to come get y'all dumb prizes. Because this is insane. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope people tune in. I just hope people tune in. Because this shit could get ugly real quick. And if we not focused. Speaking of that, I thought about something the other day. I was politicking with one of the homies. He you know what I'm saying? He from a particular street tribe, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, and he was talking to me about how, shit was active right now. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I get it. But I said, have you ever thought, like, with the numbers y'all got, like, how different y'all could play this? And, like, it really be something. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was like he received what I was saying. But he also made it very clear to me that what you're talking about doing, do you understand how much conditioning you have to undo to get to that point? Like, it's a lot that's going to go into that. Like, so we can start with a small group of people, but to get to what you're talking about, it's going to take time.
What was
in the course of that?
What was you talking into? When you said you could put them together, what you could do? Like, was there a specific idea that you was putting into the conversation, or
rob a whole bunch of motherfuckers?
I'm about to try that right now, because the whole point of what I was saying to him was, do you realize that with as many of y'all that are 18 and older, most of y'all have a job, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. A lot of y'all are voters. A lot of y'all could be voters. A lot of y'all could be impacting the political process in your city, even if for no other reason than to say I did, and y'all was still on bullshit. So now we have the onus to look for another one. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But he was like, yeah, I get it. He said, but motherfuckers been operating on a different train of thinking for a very, 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 very long time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like anybody, the few people who took the opportunity to try to inject something different into that, you know, most of them, you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? They're not here. They're not amongst us no more for whichever reason. And I'm like, true. But my question is, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a rant with it, but my question is, do y'all feel like gang, and I say gang / prison politics because both of them, I see how they play out on the outside or in the regular society, and a lot of times it's very like I'll know what's happening, but like I'll look at other people and they're kind of like, what the fuck is going on right now? You know what I'm saying? But do you think that the pervasiveness of it, especially within the last maybe 10 to 15 years, it's kind of disrupting our ability to find that collective political power, to be able to find that connectivity that we need in order to push that if we're going to do it. Because it could help it. It could help it, which is what I was telling him. But at current, I want to know if I'm tripping. Am I tripping?
No, I don't know. I mean, what you're talking about, it's been going on for so long. Like when I was in high school and stuff like that, there were tons of talks of what you're, proposing. Like when Obama was going into office, I think that I was seeing a little bit more being galvanized around trying to build communities and bringing people together. And then, it just kind of fizzled away. But I don't necessarily, I mean, I think it's getting in the way because there's nothing more that they're like thinking about rather than what's around them and what they can see and what they can grab onto. I think when you talk about trying to change a whole country, it becomes more of it's harder to try to put together the tasks, and I don't think that people have the patience for it. Because when you say, your boy was talking about how this train of thought has been away, for so long, it's going to take the same amount of time just to undo it. And it's continuously, still being fed to more people being born, more people being brought up and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's getting in the way. I just think that there needs to be the organization. Somebody's got to say, okay, cool, this is what we've been doing, but what if we did it this way? I think people need to have a little bit more faith that it can happen in comparison to being like, yeah, this is a good idea, but I don't believe, it could really turn into anything. There's I think there's a lack of faith. And I'm speaking from personal experience because of the own conversations that I was having with my peers in high school and stuff like that. And then, just the lack of consistency. So, you kind of fall into the trap of, I'm not going to vote because it doesn't do anything,
I feel that.
So let me just give me the question one more time. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So you saying is gang politics preventing, or can it help? What's the
Not
question?
preventing, not necessarily preventing, but is it
Hindering?
Is it hindering? Like, and not even necessarily because of the people in the gang that aren't voting or engaged in the political process, but just the effect that it has on the greater community. But,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know.
All right. Hindering, no. Impacting, yes. Only because the system's always going to use certain stimuli like gang violence to promote giving the police more money and shit like that. So it definitely has its impacts. As far as should the streets reform into a political standard, in my eyes, there's two things why I would say no, not right now. Because one, the stimuli that pushed people to the life is still there. It hasn't changed. And I ain't gonna tell somebody to stop slanging because there ain't no better option right now. Like, go get a 9 to 5 like this motherfucker who just got fired has to go find another 9 to 5. And if you got a record, good luck trying to find one. So if you out there doing you, then until a better option is available, I ain't gonna judge it. And then from there, let's say that like we get enough old heads, OG, and the influencers within the life together, right? And we say, okay, we're going to do this coordinated attack to impact the political realm. And we pull the trigger, bang, let's go. The system is still the system. And they're only going to let that happen once. Just like them motherfuckers with Bitcoin and like all them GameStop motherfuckers, where they ran up GameStop and they were like, that's never going to happen again. Here's all these regulations. When there's a disruption like that to the balance, like I said, because they like balance on their side too. They just like it. They're kind of balanced where the 1% is way up high and everybody else is way down low. And when somebody disrupts that balance, they react too. And so if there was a collective organizational thought to impact something, I don't think it would have enough of an impact right now to cause real change, and it would never be allowed to happen again. Which means we used the one bullet we had to shoot a dud. So we got to set up the circumstances to have more of an impact before we use that bullet. Don't use the silver bullet shooting at the sky. Aim for the heart.
I don't know. Maybe I guess I'm just still lost in the part that you're asking about gang politics, because what I see gang politics affect is how people move in the street. I don't see how gang politics actually affects. Like, okay, how can I explain it? If you live in LA, hip hop is affected by how the gangs get along,
right,
and how they move.
Mm-hmm.
So far as the political landscape, at one point we might have had, certain political factions amongst our community trying to infiltrate, politics and get things done. But so far as gang politics, it's still all about survival. Like they're not giving a fuck about what's going on over there on the political landscape. They still dealing with, like what Master said, my day to day. See, and I know so many people who are like, man, I don't give. It don't matter to me who the president is. I got to do what I got to do for me and mine. So I guess that's why it's hard for me to answer that question, or it's still kind of confusing to me because I don't see where
think I can narrow it for you.
Like here, and I can only speak because of what I see here. Like,
right, okay, and that makes our relationship to it different too. So you're right, absolutely. You're right.
Hello.
Yo.
You're on.
Okay.
Yeah, you good.
Everybody mad, active, and caught up, and everybody saying hello.
Shit froze over here. As soon as Seven started talking, it froze.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Oh shit. Okay. So now I was saying, like, if we I'm glad you said that because that actually kind of puts it in perspective for me to narrow it just a little bit because even our association to gang politics is different because of where you live and because of where I live. Even with what I think I know about Los Angeles gang politics, I don't live there. Mm-hmm. So anything that I know secondhand, what I may have seen when I was down there sparingly moving around and what I hear talking to you. You know what I'm saying? And just other conversations with other people who live in the area. So, but I know a lot more about how gang culture operates in Washington.
Right,
right. And it's very different than California, obviously. So that in and of itself makes it different. But okay, I think I can narrow it this way.
Yeah.
The reason why the question came to mind in the first place, there was a conversation that was being held between maybe 7 or 8 people. But what I was hearing was some of what was taking place in their neighborhoods were the reason why they don't bother participating in the political process because they like, this shit been going on forever and it ain't stopped. And we kept saying it need to stop. So why the fuck should we care? Like, they just gonna let this shit keep happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but the problem for me is because of, okay, I feel like in some of these cases, it is a neighborhood thing, but it may have been something that happened.
Oh man, just when you got to the good part.
Yeah, you froze again.
Say word.
It's been like little jumps, so you keep going.
That's it. Wow. But nah, so like so when you think about it in that way, what's happening with the gangs, even though the gangs aren't interacting with the political process, and these people don't necessarily want to interact with the gangs, it's having an echo effect that's affecting how they deal with everything else around them because of what's happening here. And I feel like unfortunately they direct too much of that energy to the gangs when it's really a much bigger thing that's causing it, and the gangs are also affected by that, and you're not taking that into consideration. So I think that's where the question came from, because I was like, damn, like I never even thought about the fact that you would allow that to kind of govern how you think about how you playing over here, because those things don't even necessarily go together. Even though we say gang politics, it ain't the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I don't know.
Got you. Okay. Now I understand now. Yeah, like, so it kind of still goes back to what I was thinking. Like these cats, not the ones that I'm aware of, they're not thinking political landscape. They just look day to day. This is what we got to do. Look, man, we just had Kendrick on Juneteenth. That's what.
Hey,
you
man.
know, it's more immediate needs in their mind. Like, politics is long-term thinking.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It's long-term thinking. No matter what level of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If we talk about government politics, it's definitely long-term thinking. That's why I also feel like so many of our people are fucking up with their takes behind the politics, because they don't understand it's long-term. Like, every time I see another motherfucker say, I made more money under Trump, dummy, do you not understand that would happen because of what happened before Trump even got in office? Everything happens years down the line. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, unfortunately for me, I feel like, unfortunately for the gangs, like their immediate thought, it's everything's immediate. It's a right now situation further. So I don't think gang politics is affecting none of that.
So, and the gang mentality does kind of have to be in the right now, because it's like, yo, like, you know, like I need my bread right now. That's why I had to join the gang. But I will say, and this isn't really in response to what you were saying, but just like, just to put it out there, some of the best strategists that I know, some of the more like innovative people I've ever met, like some of the most brilliant brothers that I've ever come in contact with, they've been in the streets. Like the thought process that's out there, like, you know, it's crazy. And it does give you that notion of like, oh my God, I can't believe that this whole thing's being wasted. That's what the white ladies could say. Oh, you're smart. You speak so well. Why are you wasting it out in the streets? And it's like, one, damn. But two, it's like, yo, that's why he's alive in the streets.
Speak so well.
Because of all them shits.
Where I live. This is where I live here. So yeah, like I have to deal with what's right here in front of me.
Exactly.
No doubt.
It don't matter who the fucking president is for me. Like, man, I need to know who the fuck across the street got an issue with what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You just made me think about something. The T.I. song, I'm just doing my job. And he's like, you live here, I work here. And I was like, yo, it's crazy he said that. And then you think about it in the context of the entirety of the song, and I'm like, yo, motherfuckers don't even look at it that way. Like a person who got a 9 to 5 or go to an office every day or go to whatever the case may be, even if you go to McDonald's every day, you look at the dope boy and be like, you hanging on the corner doing nothing. Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm really out here risking my life and risking my freedom to try to do something other than what you're doing. And there ain't no diss to what you're doing, but I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I deserve better. But unless I play it by their rules, I can't get to it that way. So I got to do it this way. You know what I mean? And yeah. Yo, yeah, I feel it. We see y'all. For sure. We see y'all. Man, look.
There's only so much that I can say during that thing, man. You made that difficult. Fuck you.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, like, that's I mean, it was just kind of baffled me when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, man, let me bring it to the table and see what everybody think, because I know we all got, you know, tentacles in the streets. Well, but
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's viewpoint gonna be different. So like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just dope. I do think that it does actually bring up a valid point though here. A question that I wanted to ask y'all too. I actually want to ask it a little different than the way I said it previously. Name a time. Can you think of a time that you surprised yourself because you didn't go for the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then after the fact, you thought about it and was like, nah, you know what? It made perfect sense that I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But in the moment, like maybe you was like, oh shit, like I'm tripping. Like, I don't know. It's a couple of instances I could think of where I did some shit and then it was like, whoa. But then maybe a month later, it was like, nah. Seeing it now, that makes perfect sense. Like that would have created a whole different scenario that I ain't need. But yeah. But a whole lot of people get swayed to do shit by money. So is it a point in time where you was probably somebody propositioned you to do some shit, and some money was on the table, and you might have even needed the money at the time, but you know what I mean? Nah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of times. Especially when a dumb motherfucker got a dumb plan to go run up in somebody's store. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You do it. You go ahead and do it how you do it. Go ahead. Let's see how that works. Yeah, plenty of time.
Oh man.
I'm too though. I'm not one of those motherfuckers who be like, I told you, if they get locked up or if they, you know, say they get killed. I ain't one of them. I personally don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that out of people. Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit there and rejoice. I told you it was going, because that's what it looks like to me. Even if they say it with the most sincerity, I knew that was a bad idea. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You were making a good ass point. The reason I started laughing is because I was like, man, you got to be a cold motherfucker to say I told you so when somebody gets dropped.
I told you. I told you.
I told you.
He's fucking bleeding out.
You know what I'm saying? But not,
yeah. Like your shit, but that's cold.
but nah. Like, nah, I'm just saying, that's how people are.
No, yeah, I think that speaks to a lot of people's character. No, when you made a really good point saying that, because it's like it doesn't make the situation better. It doesn't make anybody feel better. It's like you should have just did better.
Yeah, that's it.
I get you.
That's it for me, man.
See, I don't even mind a motherfucker saying a version of "I told you so" if they're like, "Yo, when I told you this was gonna happen, this is how I figured that out." And break it down, because then at that point they're teaching you how to analyze the situation and be like, yo, I knew, you remember when I told you this was gonna happen? This is how I knew that shit. Bop, 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 bop. Like, seeing all that shit right there, you could have said that this shit was about to go down. And it's like, cool, at that point you're teaching somebody. I can dig it. But just being like, oh, I told you dumb fuck, it's like, yeah, that ain't do nothing.
It's nothing to teach afterwards. They learn the lesson. If you don't have
some people are slow.
Yeah, like, so like, had that shit beforehand. Like, whatever insight you have is keeping you from doing it, it should be coming out right there in the moment.
No doubt.
I mean, but to that point, though, I wasn't meaning like don't say anything at all. I was just saying like, there's people who walk around, see, that's why I didn't do that. They're like,
yeah.
And it's almost,
and I guess I mean with the hard-headed motherfuckers that won't listen to you in the beginning, where you're like, yo, don't do that. And they're like, no, I'm gonna go. And you're like, no, hey, come back. And you're trying to tell them, but they're like, no, I don't want to hear that. And then all of a sudden, some bad shit come up, and they're like, yo, what the hell? And you're like, yeah, I told you that was gonna happen, and here's how I did it. And now they're actually willing to listen.
But too late.
Yeah. You done got dropped now, motherfucker.
Too late.
Sit there and believe, bitch.
Too late. You locked up. You might got hit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man.
You know, like
it's still cold.
It's like with gambling with people or some shit like that. Like, man, bet on this. Oh, I knew that motherfucker wasn't gonna win. It's almost like they want you to lose just so they can say that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't like that part of it. Like, okay, yeah, if it's instructional, cool. But even still, like, to me, it's just like too late.
Mm-hmm. No, I can dig
it. Yeah. It's been plenty of time, man. Motherfuckers like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. Man, I don't know about that one, brother.
See, I was just gonna come in with jokes, and then he made it all real shit.
Right.
No doubt.
So we talk about getting money. Like, how many ideas that's legal that a motherfucker be like, yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
man, I'm looking at starting this LLC.
Yeah. Like, where the question is coming across. You know what I'm saying? It's like it sounds like there's a nefarious means behind it to me.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you needed the money. You needed it. And you said, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to do that. And then it turns out bad for motherfuckers. It's like, yep, I made a good decision. I kind of knew that. But I don't need to tell them motherfuckers. They locked up. They calling me. Like,
no doubt.
He picked up the phone from corrections, and he just picked up the phone. I told you so.
Person who didn't go.
Oh man, I feel you. That's real shit though. Yo, on the funniest shit in the world. I used to call back to the crib. Me, Delph, salute to my man Delph, John Black, Drastic, Cooney. Who else stayed there with us? I think that was the ones of us that lived there. All lived in the same apartment in Leatherwood in Winston-Salem. Man, the craziest thing in the world was it should have never worked, but it did. You know what I'm saying? It should have never worked, but it did. But here's the thing. You have 5 different personalities trying to operate under one roof with shared responsibilities. Problem brewing. Because you have certain people who will say, hey, I get paid Friday, but I'm going to go give plasma today, and I'm going to take that money, and I'm going to go buy beer and weed with it. Now, I'm not judging you from buying beer and weed, but this is what I am judging. I'm judging the fact that you went and got that $50, $75, whatever. It's shit coming that need to be paid. You know what I'm saying? And you get that paycheck on Friday, and you still don't pay your part of what need to be paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already had a head start on the other shit. What the fuck, man? But I mean, you know, I say that to say this. Money in and of itself makes shit weird sometimes with people. And I know for a fact there's been times that people asked me to do things, and the amount of money that they offered me to do the thing that they asked me was like so unreasonably high that even if I didn't completely grasp what was the trick in it, something's wrong with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you're going to give me that much to do that. No way in hell. You're not that stupid. And I'm not stupid enough to think you are. So,
that might be what it's worth to them.
That's a different conversation.
Gotta think differently than that, man. Like, now to your point, yeah, investigate that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, if you just jump out the window with it off the gate, I'm like,
but don't call them stupid for doing that. That might be what the job is worth to them to have it done.
I feel that.
Because that's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what corporate America is. These headhunters and shit. That's how they make their living. Okay, this is what this company is willing to pay to have this done. Okay, I'm gonna find a motherfucker who's willing to do it for this amount of money, and I get to keep the difference. Everybody satisfied.
I feel that. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, like the same thing. Okay, just going across town. It might be worth it to you to pay a motherfucker Uber $50 to go across town. It might not be worth it to me when I could get over there for $2. It might take me another hour. You know.
Excellent point.
That's it. You know, make sure your asshole ain't in play. But if it's not, man, get that money. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Get that money.
Make sure your asshole's not in play. I hear that. That's real shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit. Oh my God. Yo. Check the technique.
Like, do you know how much motherfuckers get paid to paint walls?
Painters get paid crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
They get paid well.
It's hard work, you know what I'm saying? It's climate controlled and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go out there in the heat sometimes. I mean, but you might not know, like, and I'm saying this because I got a homeboy who's a contractor. And he misunderstood something I had said to him one day, but he ended up asking me to help him do a job. And when he told me what he was willing to pay me for 2 days, I'm like, what? Just to do what? I used to do this shit for fun as a kid. Okay. When I was like 10 or 11, I painted my grandmother's whole house myself. Okay, and I thought that was fun. I thought that shit was fun as fuck. You know, whatever. Weird kid. When this motherfucker told me what he needed me to do, I'm like, and you gonna pay me that? I can only imagine what you getting.
That part.
It was worth it to him to pay somebody to help him. Yeah, come on. I called in to work. I ain't gonna be there. Because when I make it these 2 days, I make the whole week.
Let me ask you something since you said that. I'm asking all of you this, and I'm especially Mojo and Monster because y'all was there when I said it. in the case of what you're saying right now about people, and I understand the whole thing of know your worth and, you know, value yourself and all that other shit. I know all the blah blah blah. Chakra, fuck that shit. But anyway, at one point I said, "Yo, how much you charge for a feature?" Like everybody in the room, I'm asking you how much you charge people for a feature. And some of the numbers that I heard made me say, then I was like, yo, seriously? You don't plan on rapping on nobody's shit, huh? And I feel like now hearing you say what you said, like maybe I'm looking at this wrong and I was an asshole for saying that.
Well, I think the big difference between what E is saying and your example, with what E's saying, that's what people are offering, because it's like, yo, that's how much I'm willing to pay to get this job done. What you're talking about with a feature is how much they're saying they need to get that done. And that's different. So a busted ass rapper could be like, yo, now they could fall together in circumstance. Don't get me wrong. I saw the wheels turn. and if a busted ass rapper come in and be like, yo, I want $750 for a feature, then maybe it'll be worth it to the dude to get the feature. But them saying, yo, like them coming to that person and coming to you and saying, yo, I'll give you $750 for a feature, that might be different to them. So it definitely falls in the same circumstance that he's talking about, but there's a big separation there too in certain circumstances. A busted ass rapper can ask for $750 for a feature, and to your point, they ain't gonna be rapping on too much unless they're willing to negotiate.
And they could be. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Again, you know what I'm saying? But still, at the same time, if the motherfucker asks you what you charge, you answer the question. I mean, what the fuck? You know, you just answering the question, bro. Mm-hmm. It's not like you don't know what price he's willing to pay until you say your number.
Correct.
You know, so I mean, shit. I mean, I've run into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had some cats like, oh, damn, you charge that much? I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm charging. You know, okay, I can't. All right, cool. No problem.
Holla.
You know, I mean, but again, like too though, like I think it's a great question, but it's a fucked up question because again, like because you put it's better to me if you could just say, I got this amount of money. Would you do it for that?
No doubt.
Than to ask a motherfucker just an open-ended question. What you charge? Because it's not like it's a price list anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, the three of us in here, if I'm a dickhead and I don't care that you three talk to each other, each one of you could come to me individually and I could all a different price. And let's just say all three of you pay the price. Then you talk to each other. I mean, he charged me this. He ain't charged me for this. Where is that bad business? You all three thought it was worth the price you paid.
But it's also not our business. That's your business. How you run your business. That's you. That's good.
But it's still your business too because you paid it.
Oh well, yeah. It's my business on my side. I'm talking about what them twos is paying.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, again, like, this is why I said it's a fucked up question because Seven's obviously calling the motherfucker whack.
Huh? No. He
didn't say they were whack rappers.
I ain't saying whack.
Their prices were very excessive.
I would say it's more of a lack of visibility. Like it wouldn't make sense for somebody to pay. In my estimation, it wouldn't make sense for somebody to pay you that because what do you add to what they're doing? You know, so what new eyes are you going to bring to what they're doing that ain't already there? Mm-hmm. What are you adding to the process? Y'all could make a dope song together, sure, but at the end of the day, if y'all doing business, it's got to be some ROI, you know what I'm saying, involved in it. Okay. And so and most people's
whack, but you're saying it's not worth it. I kind of see that the same way. Because because if that person feels like, okay, I want him on this record, then they're willing to pay it. Okay, fuck it. Now the other things that you talk about, we talking back end. You know, say, are you gonna help promote? Are we doing a video? Like what's included with this? You know what I'm saying?
That part.
It's so much again negotiation with that. Like I don't know. You know, again, I didn't hear this number for this conversation to even sound.
I mean, I put it this way.
How much he say?
I'm gonna just say this.
How much he say?
Okay, he said 500.
Okay,
he said 500 for a feature for 16 bars. But this is my thing, and this is where my thinking came into play. Mm. It's like you just walked in the gym, right? And you're the best player in the city. Now, You only know that you're the best player in the city, or at least the estimation is that you're the best player in the city because more people know who the fuck you are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how people view it. You got to be the one because everybody knows you. That's got to be the case. Now, mind you, homie over here in the corner shooting the threes by himself, not saying shit to nobody. He's just as dope as this other motherfucker. But nobody knows him. You know what I'm saying? So when the older cats come in and they start squatting up, the first person they go into is, hey, you, come on. Everybody know who you are. Everybody know you're nice. Come on. They might skip over homie over here in the corner because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So if I have a question mark about what you're going to add to the team, why would I pay you? Why would I pay you that price?
Well, to me, why would you even go to him at all if that's the case? Because I think you run that risk regardless of whatever the price is.
I feel a whole lot better and not getting that on the back end type shit for $200 than I do for $500.
I'm just saying.
I feel a whole lot better about it.
But yeah, you feel better spending less, but you might still get the same result. So you still throwing money away.
Absolutely.
So I mean,
absolutely, and it's still gonna be fuck that nigga at the end of it, whether it's $20 or $200 or $500. But like,
but why fuck that nigga? If you know what I'm saying, like that's the conversation. Like again, if you go to him for it, I mean, what the fuck?
Oh shit!
Oh
man,
you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know people's situations. We don't know what that man got to do to even produce that verse for you. We don't know if he got to go to a studio to record it.
I mean, if he's charging me, I want to know what I'm paying for, so I'm asking that question.
Well, I mean, we'll find out. Then cool. I'm just saying, still, I mean, 500 ain't a lot. Like for verses from niggas, motherfuckers charge 500 on the regular out here for verses.
Out there,
I can think of a lot of motherfuckers that I would pay $500 for a verse.
Oh, fuck all of that. Nah,
this individual just wasn't one of them people.
Cool. I'm just saying 500 ain't okay. Because think about this too. I'm not saying you should pay him that. What I'm saying is $500 ain't a lot to ask for a verse. That's a. I hear that number all the time. And if I think it's worth it, I have paid motherfuckers that. And at the same time, though, some of these artists, they be like, you know what? Oh shit, he paid that. I ain't charging him ever again. Sometimes that 500 buys you an infinite level of verses.
I feel that.
You know, you just it's all over the place and all of that shit. That's why I was asking the number. You know what I mean? I just wanted to know because, like, honestly, I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that the dude is worth the $5. I don't know who the fuck he is. Like I don't know who we talking about. You know what I'm saying? But that number ain't outlandish.
I can dig it. Mojo, what's your experience been like as far as landing features? Like if somebody hit you up and you tell them your price, like what's it been like? I'll always be curious about that with niggas because I'm like, yo, I know people be hitting you up for features because you dope. So like, so what's up with
it? Well, I don't know. It doesn't happen often. Like people don't hit me for verses, and that's probably due to my procrastination. They ask for a verse and they get it back a year later. So but I have had people that I have had people reach out and they're willing to pay the price. I've only had one person that's been like, okay, you know, I'm going to give you this money, like make sure that you deliver. But I don't charge that much. I charge $100 because I'm in the same position with a lot of these other dudes that are like requesting the feature. And so when I hear E's point, I think a lot of it has to do with just people's financial situation. If they're capable of being able to take care of a $500 tab, then it must mean that they're able to afford or they're making something, you know, where they can dish that out. But I would hope they're having the conversation of like, well, what are you going to do for this $500? Because to me, $500 is a lot of fucking money. I'm like, that's at least 3 of my bills right there. That's almost half of my rent. You know what I mean? So I'm more inclined to I'm more inclined to pay somebody for $50 a verse or $100 a verse in comparison to like $350 or $500 getting closer to, like, as soon as we start getting closer to like $1,000, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm probably not gonna want to do that just because I just can't afford you. I don't think it like necessarily has to do with skill. You could be trash and I'm just like, the vibe fits for this song, but $1,000 is just a lot of money. I could do a lot with $1,000 that could sustain my way of living in comparison to trying to fuel, I don't know, something that is not immediately tangible.
And you're not wrong with that. But you also save $1,000 if you feel like that feature can do for you.
I agree with you.
Why you wanted them initially?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like because we talk about a game of sacrifices, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're speaking
right.
to. I can't sacrifice that $1,000 because right now this is what I got going on.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's almost like how it was a meme that I saw a while back, and I say this for whatever situation because I put myself to the test too. It says, you say you can't afford to go on vacation, but you don't like to eat sandwiches for lunch. To me, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, oh man, I can't afford a plane ticket over there. It's $1,500. Yes, you can. Stop eating out for maybe 2 months. There's your money. We got to make it worth it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not worth it to you, I understand that. But but you could do it. But again, like you said, is everything going to be worth it? Like, is that $1,000 feature going to put you where you think it's going to put you?
That's the thing. Yeah. Even like when it comes to paying for production, it's like you better make sure you buying the right beat. You know what I'm saying? And now mind you, when I say the right beat, I'm not saying the beat that's going to be a smash hit single. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you're spending money on production, then at least spend money on production that's going to help you build a cohesive project, and it's going to be dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of whether it's a smash or whatever the case may be, but that's a wise investment. But even within that being a wise investment, you have to be even wiser in how you know what I'm saying, pare it down. I feel like when it comes to paying a nigga to rap, okay. Man, I don't. I feel fucked up now because now you got me feeling like me saying I won't pay a nigga $350. Mean I'm saying they whack, and that's not really what I'm saying.
I think that's what goes into a lot of it though, because I think immediately is this person worth $350, and then you have that conversation first and for the longest in your head before you actually consider anything else.
That's real. That's real shit. That's real shit. Yeah. I will say, I think that negotiating as an artist, especially when, you know what I'm saying, I went through a long period where I had no representation. It was just me doing everything. So it was just like, okay. But talking that other side of it as an artist and not wanting to be there, and you know what I'm saying, like, it started getting real difficult for me to just be like, all right, man, look, I can tell you, I fucked up a lot of situations by just getting up and walking out of rooms like, yo, I can't sit through this shit, yo, I gotta go, I can't do this. Y'all know I'm an impatient motherfucker, man, and if you're taking too long to get to the point, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. So like. So and I know I shouldn't have, and that's on me. But yeah, it's just been crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you. But I think what we are seeing now, as far as especially on the realm of like quote unquote underground artists, when you start seeing all of those same names popping up on tracks together, you know what I'm saying? Different projects. Then maybe these two people was on each other records together. Now they on a record together over here with somebody else. I think that's when you start seeing the construction and shit like what he was talking about. Like maybe the first time around, it was a boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I hit you to do this one. Okay, well, shit, I hit you to do this one. All right, we done did that. Like, fuck it, man, let's just rock. You know what I mean? I think it's dope what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I got a point to make. Yeah, go ahead. Ooh, yeah.
I think it's dope what I'm seeing, but by the same time, the funny shit is niggas will see the shit that's happening right now, be like, yeah, the underground uniting, da 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 da, and I'm like, nah, you ain't really paying attention to what you seeing. You seeing what you think is the underground uniting because the people that you want to watch are congealing together. That's what you're seeing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't call that a statement for the entirety of the underground because it's a whole lot of people who can run parallel with these people and even surpass these people who are being left out of the equation because of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but like I am glad to see people working together more now and not being so. Should be wild.
But it go back to what I said a while ago. Money's your gatekeeper. Money's gonna be your gatekeeper.
No doubt.
This is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, like, okay, for instance, let's say that price that you're saying is you don't feel is worth it. Have you ever considered that price could be your introduction to these motherfuckers in that level? And now they might want to deal with you because they fuck with what you do now?
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
Look at it that way. Like it's so many ways to look at what you're spending other than it's just an expense and a hole in my pocket. And unfortunately, I think a lot of us, because again, we choosing which bills to pay, we choosing what to do, we ducking phone calls, like we all in that same boat. We're all in that same boat. But when it comes to this music shit, like how like people be looking united and shit, bro, that shit come with fucking with each other. How it the door opened up. You know, like for instance, like, and I can't speak for the man business, but anybody here heard of a cat named JR?
JR, just JR.
J-A is J period A-R-R-R.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
That's amazing. So nobody here listens to Ransom.
Oh, shit. Yes. 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 Now I feel like a dickhead.
But JR moves in those circles because he made that connection.
Okay.
They didn't know what the fuck he was. You know what I'm saying? And now he in those circles. But JR is dope, though. JR's dope as fuck. It's not like he just bought it and it's like, okay, I'm here. I always got money for y'all. Nah. And JR don't get on everybody's records now either. Like, but he was able to not let whatever Ransom charged him for a feature keep him from getting Ransom on the record because he knew he could stand beside him. You know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes you do that just to show that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm gonna show these niggas. And then next thing you know, that shit turned back around to, like, you know what I'm saying? He on records with Rome and Ransom at the same time. Because their rhyme styles is similar. But JR is kicker. And I brought JR up because he's from North Carolina, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
word?
Yeah, nigga, he from Wilson.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wilson, what up with it? What's up, Wilson? Yeah. Shit. That's crazy.
I had to go back and see what Ransom album this motherfucker was on.
You know what I'm saying? J period A-R-R.
Oh yeah, no, I caught it. Yeah, no, yeah, I got it. He was on Chaos.
Bro, that's the funny thing about it is, and this is what I was thinking the whole time you were saying that.
Go listen to his shit, cause he got them all on his, like, you know what I'm saying, like they trade off shit.
Yeah, no, I have to go back and check it. That's the thing. I got a couple of Ransom albums in my phone already, so I was like, wait a minute. What album was this motherfucker on?
Yeah.
So I'll go back and look up his shit, but I knew I already had those at the ready.
Yeah. Like I said, it's again, I understand it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm choosing which bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, phone bill be late all the time.
Oh, It's like I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay.
But depending on where you want to be, man, sometimes unfortunately, everything's money driven, man. So like none of this shit comes from just good faith and good being dope. Everything come off the back of a dollar, man. Everything. People wanting to fuck with you is because they think they can make money with you or off you. Not necessarily just because you dope. You being dope is just piques the interest. Oh, maybe we can make a buck with
Yeah,
it.
I know. Shit make me feel like Eeyore every time I think about it.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Now see, this is the thing. I understand where you come, and this is like gonna be like a slingshot back a little bit at this point, but I understand what you're saying about paying that price to get to that circle of people. But person talking about,
I'm not saying it always works. I'm just saying like you gotta I think you gotta look at it that way. Like, okay.
Oh nah, because the thing that I was gonna say is, but this person talking about charging that price was standing in a circle with me. So I'm like, there ain't no other circle. That's the circle they standing in. I'm like, that's all. I'm just saying. No, I'm saying.
I mean, like I said, you might not think it's worth it. The next man might.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, and a motherfucker that's willing to pay, I ain't mad at you. Do you think?
Yeah.
If a motherfucker willing to pay it to you, get it. You better get it, because if you don't, somebody else will. You gotta believe that shit. If you don't, somebody else will. Oh shit. Let's get to it, man. So our good brother ethemadassassin tends to be somewhat outspoken on social media at times. And I just want to go I want to make sure I say this properly. I don't want to fuck this up, not one word of it. Because the main reason I don't want to fuck this up is because it is absolutely positively true.
If you don't, somebody
ethemadassassin. Yeah. ethemadassassin said, "You niggas who can't turn down pussy have made life and relationships so difficult for those of us who can." Mad laughing emojis. I hate y'all. Oh God.
Hate you niggas with a passion.
Oh shit. Now I don't know, that might be too specific of a question, but I guess I could say, what was the catalyst for making that post? What was it?
My life.
Good answer.
No doubt.
My life. I have unfortunately been able to know quite a few of the people, the kinds of men that I'm referring to, who, like, no matter what, if she giving it up, they taking it. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed, over the past year or two, certain like memes going around, like especially women saying men are easy. And they say easy like back in the day, like when people would say, "Oh, she's easy," meaning you can fuck quick. She's easy, old school. But I realized that just even dealing with, I've unfortunately been able to. Wait, I'm saying that wrong. I've dated some beautiful women, some great women. Unfortunately, quite a few of these, I've been the next relationship after the last one where they got cheated on crazy. And what I realized is, regardless of how much they tell you they've healed or they're past it, everybody's gonna bring some kind of baggage to whatever relationship you're coming up to. Everybody's gonna do it, But the amount of baggage I've run into has been a little bit different, a little bit difficult, because I happen to I know a lot of people. I just know a lot of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of women. And it's been questions like, So what's up with you and her? Like nothing. And not necessarily anything that I did or that I'm doing. It could be it's just previous experience that makes a motherfucker question all that shit. You know. And from what I've seen, it's always been the guys who are in these relationships and still fucking around like crazy and making it a point to do that. When the woman realizes that, now she thinks all men are cheaters, all men are dogs. I'm just waiting to see your fur on your back because I know you're a dog. And it's like, bitch, you the only bitch I'm talking to. Like if
they
you
say we all dogs.
in my lack of time, one at a time. That's it. That's it. I ain't entertaining nobody else. You know, it's really just a statement against these niggas. Keep your dick in your pussy. You're making life hard for me. They don't believe me. They don't believe me.
Yo, that's why the wildest shit in the world is I read this shit and I almost died laughing instantly because I was like, yo, yo, this is fucked up out here. And the most fucked up part about it all is you can't even compliment a lady now without them thinking you trying to fuck because of niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, on God, lady walked past. I was like, yo, anybody that know me know I fuck with Feli hard. You know what I'm saying? And she was wearing some really dope Felis, and I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, those Grand Hills is fire. You know what I'm saying? And she turned around and the look on her face was so much attitude in it. I was just like, yo, I literally just said I like your sneakers. I hope you don't think nothing else is going on right now. I gotta go.
I gotta go.
But yeah, I gotta go. Like I don't got time for this shit. But I see it all the time. Like and then the fucked up part is because it be thirsty. Dog, you see the when they post the pictures of celebrities on the internet, boom, it could be like fans of Tracy Ellis Ross, and they got a picture of her climbing out the fucking swimming pool with that big thing hanging in the back and shit. Now I can see that and be like, she on it, boom, and just keep going. Ain't nothing to it. But sometimes, just because I'm the evil, diabolical individual that I am, I click on the motherfucking comments. Oh my God. Oh, the level I've been a football player and been to football practice in pads in 90-degree weather and have never seen thirst at the level that I see in social media comment sections. It's incredible. And the main thing that makes it incredible is you wasn't the first person to comment here. The first comment was like 5 minutes after it got posted. Your comment was like 20 hours after that. Yet, it's 432 of y'all saying the exact same thing. Like you think Tracy Ellis Ross getting ready to read this shit. Stop. Get some help. Stop it.
Stop it.
Yo, that shit is, bro. I don't understand.
I mean, it makes it bad out here, man. Like, we got it's a lot of division between men and women. A lot.
Yes.
And from what I could tell, it's all based on communication. But the fucked up thing is, we get put in a trick bag sometimes by shit we didn't do. You know? That space. It don't matter what you do. Like, and she's still gonna be right.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like it's like, how the fuck do I do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, again. But again, like I said, I know them niggas. Like I'm thinking, it's like 5 or 6 faces popping up in my head right now. Like niggas getting all kinds of abortions outside their marriage and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what the fuck? And you going home with that? Like that shit just
the fact that you said abortions.
Yeah, man.
With an S at the end of it. Like, man. Yo.
Look,
you thought that was a good idea more than once?
Man.
What the fuck?
I got a homeboy, man, who was getting mad. This happened years ago. This shit is funny as shit to me. Now, okay. Now, it's some caveats in this shit. So like, I do understand sometimes some men have problems attracting women. So when it comes to pussy, they'll take whatever they could get. I still think that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, hold down and work on yourself to get what you want, man. Not just who will accept you. Like, don't do that.
We'll invite them on down to the Dumb Prize Parade.
Have some self-worth about yourself, my nigga. What the fuck? But like I say, shit is crazy. Like, I had a homeboy, he was getting married, right? Go to his city. Me, him, and a couple other cats, we link up. And dude is like, yo, I need to go by my crib and pick up some clothes. Like, all right, cool. So we go by the crib. Right? And like, you know, we taught sneakerheads in the years before sneakerhead was a word. The nigga whole kitchen was just sneaker boxes from floor to ceiling. Like 2 walls.
Damn.
Right? That's because he couldn't fit this shit in his closet, bedroom, whatever, right? So he go in there, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, hey, man, who is this white woman in these pictures? And he's like, oh, this my girl crib. I'm like, but this ain't who you married? Nah. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh.
That's it?
Nah.
Kept it moving.
Okay, so
Didn't want to have the conversation.
So no. We don't play those games. Hey man, so what you still doing here? I mean, I can't tell her yet that I'm getting married. What you mean? She gonna fuck everything up. Nigga.
Your shoes?
Nigga, get this shit out of here and break this up. Man, it ain't that simple.
It could be.
It very well can be.
It could be.
But storage is pricey.
Storage is a bitch. Inflation is a motherfucker right now.
Damn you, capitalism.
I'm like,
oh, shit.
Married. I haven't thought about that yet. You get married in 2 weeks.
Oh.
But my point being is like, you know, it's shit like this. Why I understand why women don't believe men. I get it. Because again, I know these dudes. But I'm like, y'all make this shit fucked up for us. Because I swear, like, those of us who ain't trying to do this kind of shit, we still got to pay for your mistakes.
Every fucking time.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
Like, we got to pay for those. You know, like the dudes I know, like, you know, we might be scarred. Like, we're all scarred, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really see the outward need to control what happens with the woman in their relationship the way I see it with a woman and a man. Like, from the woman's side, I mean. You know, because, like, in my opinion, like, the woman will be doing everything she can and not get cheated on. So every little thing you do can become a trigger. Everything. I mean, I was dating this one woman, and we didn't get a lot of time to see each other. So when I saw her, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and my phone used to light up like crazy. For whatever reason. I just wouldn't answer the phone. Wouldn't look at it, nothing. Just leave it right there. And one day she said, why you never answer your phone when I'm over here? I'm like, because I never get to see you. Like, why the fuck? Like, I'm like, if I get on the phone, I'm going to be talking. Like, that's a lot of business. I don't need to, not now. That's what my ex-husband used to do. Then I found out he was cheating. I'm like,
oh, man.
So you want me to phone? Please answer it. Okay, no problem. Answer every phone call. The next week.
You always on the phone.
Yeah. Why you always on the phone?
That's what I tried to tell you, man. Like, you know, like, and I'm having these conversations long on purpose so you can just see who the fuck I'm talking to. Like, this is not nothing. Again, I deal with one woman at a time.
Like,
nigga can't win. You know,
jeez, man. You know, I'm glad you said that. I want to play something for y'all real quick. Let me know what the audio sound like. I don't know what it's gonna sound like coming through the mic, but
some of you fucking kids who grew up fatherless. Some of y'all grew up fatherless because your mother was trying to prove a fucking point. These the main bitches that want to be privy to everything but tell you absolutely nothing. It's the bitches that always send a text with my child. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? To the R. Everything is mine. And you bitches is nothing but a bunch of control freaks and manipulators. You're never inclusive when you make fucking decisions. So that's how niggas know that you really want to do this by yourself. You have just as much say when it comes down to birthdays and graduations and party planning and special occasions and sports events. You ain't the only one who gotta have the fucking final say. It's not about you. It's not about what you want to spend. It's not about where you want to have it at. It's not about what you want the child to wear. It's not about the image that you want to put out there. It's about a team. The only time you want a nigga to come get involved is when you want him to come clean up the mess you created. That's the only time a nigga worthy or deemed worthy to be a father, be a parent. And the only reason why you bitches do that, the only reason why you bitches reach out after many years of withholding the child from the father, because the child's behavior is starting to make you look bad. Y'all bitches want to
All right. Golly. She was going in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Too.
Huh?
She's funny, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, I laughed when I heard it the first time. Like, but at the end of it, I was like, what I'm saying, though.
I mean, she ain't lying, though.
Nah, not at all.
She's kind of got a point. Oh, shit. So, I mean, it kind of goes directly into kind of what we was talking about before, because to me, that comes down to communication. It comes down to where did you and this person. Okay, now this is the thing people don't understand. First of all, I hate the terminology baby mama. I hate that shit. But you know, it is what it is. So I don't trip on nobody saying it. I just don't prefer not to use it. But just for the sake of clarity for everybody out there who's I'll roll with y'all for right now. All baby mamas and baby daddies are not created equal. It's not the same thing. Hey, first of all, if your child is older than a year old and you still calling this person your baby mama, baby daddy, y'all doing something wrong. Y'all doing something wrong. Already. Something's wrong with this equation. Because this kid's been in existence for over a year and y'all ain't got past whatever emotional shit y'all had going on I feel like it's an evolution out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it.
Strikes again.
Damn
well, it. Just in case you guys haven't been tuned into anime lately, I've been watching.
That's funny you said that. We got the anime convention going on right now.
Ah, man, you guys be getting it all. You ever go down to those?
I didn't even know about it until I hopped in an Uber yesterday.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm pretty sure it's too late to go. You know what I'm saying? Tickets be sold out. You know what I mean? But
right.
But I would have gone. Something to do. It's right up the street. Fuck it. You know, I just be needing to know. Like people don't get that about me. Like I'll go try some different shit. I just need to know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell me in the middle of it, I'm too settled in the move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let me say this. When I say bitch, I mean that in a good way. I'm just joking. You know. But yeah, like I think we got to do better, man. We got to do better communicating and believing in each other, man. Like we throw away each other too quickly. You know, we don't try to solve problems. It's like, oh, problem, I'm out. Solve it. You know? You're going to run to the next situation and see the same problem and run again.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of solving it or figuring out ways just to solve problems, period. I think people run away from problems too quick because they don't like having to do the work of solving, even though they say they want to do the work to solve it.
Is that a lack of accountability?
Possibly. You know, I don't want to say yes because it's a blanket. You know what I'm saying? But I think possibly it's a lack of accountability. You know. Yeah, Seven, you froze up real bad, bro. Like it sounded like you was about to go into.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I don't know. That's the topic of that is really like it's troubling for me because like I feel like, you know what I'm saying. I feel like where's about. So like,
I thought it was about to happen again.
Oh, nah. I feel like words are powerful. So, like, I feel like if you continue on with that long enough, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain way you think about shit when you call it something for so long. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on how your perception of that term exists within your brain. You know what I'm saying? So, and a person would say to me, now, if I say that to somebody, the first thing they say to me is, well, you and your homies be saying the N-word all the time. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. My association with that word for the majority of my life has not been what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know that do exist because of where I come from and what I've been taught. I know it and I've seen it and been called it and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But the part that you missing is when we saying it amongst us, I know what that means. You know what I'm saying? So just because you can't conceptualize what that means doesn't mean that you know what I'm saying? You don't have a reason to demonize it. So I feel like to a point, baby mamas, baby daddies, that shit, especially out in society, it kind of to a degree it demonizes a person to certain people who have a bad connotation of that terminology. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'd be quick to be like the mother of my children. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that.
I agree. I never liked baby mama, baby daddy either. But that's because I know like it was never started. It's funny you said the N-word because baby daddy, that never started off as a good term. It was not a euphemism.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that.
It was a fuck you. It was a fuck you euphemism. Oh shit.
But yeah, that's I was just saying she's funny. I bumped into her a couple of times downtown. She's funny. But
that's what's up.
Yeah, she is. But man. I don't know, man. I don't got kids, so that's.
You know what, man? I'm just gonna say some shit right now. I be sitting up here in Washington sometimes in my room, looking at the sparse, dispensing of sunshine, and out of nowhere, I'll just think about E, and I'll think, man, fuck this motherfucker.
So yesterday the homies out of Oxnard. See, now you're gonna do that, so I'm gonna lean into it. So yesterday I went out Oxnard. The homie Mark 40 had a show out at this brewery and shit. Shit was dope. XP was on the bill, so me and him rolled out. Real dope event, man. The cat who threw it, he's gonna do it monthly. So I'm trying to get on the second one, man. It was real dope. It was like a 2 to 8 type of thing inside the brewery. All type of vendors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get your edibles, get your smoke, go outside, smoke, drink your beer. Shit was cool. Cool as fuck, man. And after this, I'm going to it's a Beat Junkies event going on at the DJ school that they have in Glendale. So I'm gonna go after that. So yeah, nigga, LA shit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I be sitting in my room in Washington, looking at the sparse sunshine being dispensed outside, and I think about you, and I feel like, fuck this. That's my man. Nah,
seasonal depression shit is real. Every time the sun comes out here, you feel the shift. It's crazy. It's so wild. I hate it.
What, when the sun makes you feel bad?
No. Yeah, hell yeah. It's fucking hot. No. No. Saying the majority of the time that Washington has when it comes to weather, it's clouds. Even leading up into the summer, we were getting rain and then getting sun. I mean, I think we call that spring. But it's a major switch because the sun's shining down. Everybody's like, let me get out. I just feel better. So yeah, okay. You getting that shit all the time.
Okay. Well, no. See, I was like, damn, I've been in Seattle a couple of times and I was fucking depressed as fuck when the fucking sun went out. Y'all niggas is backwards. The sun come out. I'm going inside. What?
Listen, the sun come out.
I burn too easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had the shade so long. my skin is too fragile. No, man. It just feels great when the sun's out because everybody's just in a better mood. Nobody's thinking about how rough it is because now I got this dreary weather again. It's constantly on.
I gotta say it.
Told y'all, man, y'all go ahead and plan a little quick trip down here, man.
Yo, Mojo, man. Look,
so I can come back and be more depressed.
Listen, man.
Nah, man.
Life has ups and downs. in between the peaks and valleys is where you choose to live.
Where are the ups?
Sometimes you got to make your ups. And that nigga froze again.
Come on.
Damn it, man.
Incognito freeze this time.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's ironic you said that though, man, because I was talking to somebody about that the other day, and it's like what we're talking about is touring and how like when you come back home from tour, it's depressing as fuck.
Yeah. all the adrenaline from the fun is gone, coming back to real life.
Yeah, but like what it comes from though is like, you got a bunch of people telling you you're dope and that you're great, and they're showing you that. So it's like it's an incredible high. So when you come back and it's like
nobody to do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, back to reality. It's like, oh man, this shit can be kind of depressing. So I'm just saying, go make your ups, man. Go make your ups. Go make your ups.
Act 3 of the tour is coming in September, Mojo.
I have a little bit more availability these days.
Where y'all going?
We're gonna start in like the Denver area, and then we're heading down toward like south into Texas, and then going over to Florida, so all the way across. But we're still gonna round out the rest of Act 3 or Act 2 as well, and finish the West Coast.
Gravitas.
Okay. Hey, listen, because it sounds like you're going through. I just saw this shit, and I need to go look this shit up. I saw there was some dude. He did a video about the sundown towns. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one over there.
Oh, that's
that's
why they got me. They like, yo, go talk to them motherfuckers real quick.
The invisibility cloak.
That one. That one specifically.
Hey man.
No.
All I'm saying is, hey, listen, sundown people. Sundown people, listen, okay? I'm a very hard-headed person, and I don't give a fuck about rules sometimes. So you might catch me in your hood in the dark time. Come see me. We can talk about it. It's all good. I'm not a hard guy to get along with. Not at all.
And that's
He's
why
like, come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Yo, I do gotta get going so that I can get down there though.
No doubt, man. Since my shit fucking up, I'm about to get off of here, man. I gotta figure out what's going on with my connection so we can make sure this shit runs smoother next time. But I do fuck with this StreamYard shit. Like I like how I can see the logo on the fucking screen and the shit behind it. Yeah, like it's cool. I gotta switch that out and put like the neutral on back there. But anyway, I'm talking crazy right now. Yo, this shit was dope, yo. I enjoyed this. I can't wait to listen to this back while I'm putting everything together. But yeah, that shit's dope. Hey, yo, do me a favor, everybody, all of y'all out there who don't give a fuck about learning about politics and don't give a fuck about doing nothing to improve the quality of your life, but just go around following whatever another motherfucker say, come right on down to MLK and 19th, and you can get you a seat. You can get you a seat in the Dumb Prizes Parade. Come take a ride. Come take a ride. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Come fuck with us.
And go find your ups.
Yeah.
Go find your ups.
I'm gonna go find my up real quick.
Can we work on having more patience and love for each other? Communicate. Let's talk. What the fuck?
These are
stop chasing bitches.
Yeah.
Or stop at a certain point.
Yeah. Keep your dick in your pants.
Take a break. Drink some water.
Take a break.
Drink some water.
Take a break.
Yo.
Fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls. Yo, rest in peace again to Kyrie Jackson, and to the other brothers that died in the wreck. Damn, man, that's just tragic. Young people, man, hate to see him go so soon, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Life keeps going. Thoughts and prayers of the family and all of that good stuff. Y'all stay strong. On behalf of the squad, y'all already know who it is. ethemadassassin, Mojo Barnes, my man Monster Elicit. I am Seven Da Pantha. Salute Prudy King. Salute the Echo Limitless Pantha Politix Podcast. We'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace. I don't know how to stop the recording. I'm joking. This is stupid, yo.